Hey guys, welcome to my channel and good morning. It's a little after 7 here, so I thought I'd film a quick video of just getting ready with me. We are going to use a bunch of random products, some old, some new. So I will just let you guys know what I think about each one as we get to it. So the first thing I'm going to use is a Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I really love this primer. As you can see, I've used a lot of it and I've hit pan. And when I first got this primer, I really wasn't sure about it. I really liked the concept and I really wanted to love it because it was different than any other primer I've ever used. And I have to say, when I first started using it, I wasn't super impressed with it at first, and I didn't fall in love with it right away. It wasn't after until I used it for maybe a week or two that I really felt like it made a difference. And now I use it every single day, and it pretty much has replaced all of the other primers that I was using before. I just like the way that it feels. I like how it's supposed to be a barrier for your face, a barrier from makeup and just kind of like the daily, like dirt and bacteria that you encounter on a daily basis. And I like the texture of it as well. It's not tacky, but it's not like super smooth either. I feel like it has a nice sticky base for your foundation. We're gonna use my beauty blender and we're gonna use the Perricone MD. This is the no makeup foundation. I had gotten the shade, this is light medium, and it was on sale at Sephora for like half off, and I always wanted to try it, so I bought it. And the shade is actually slightly too dark. So then I went and bought, this one is Fair to Light. And now I mix both of them, and it's a pretty good match with the two mixed together. And I like this. It's very light, very light coverage. Prior to this, I think I was switching between the Fenty Pro Filter foundation and then also the La Mer. I don't remember the La Mer Fluid foundation. And they both have, I would say, medium coverage, buildable to maybe almost a full coverage. But lately, I've just really been liking the whole your skin but better look. So I've been using this one a lot. And I really like it. And it's buildable as well. It's very sheer, the first layer. So as you can see, it kind of just evens out your skin tone, but it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup. And I like how it's a natural finish, because before I just was like, I want to matte everything, no sparkle, no shine. And as I'm getting older now, I just think I prefer a more natural look. The next thing I'm going to do is just use my Iconic London contour palette. So as you can see, I've used this quite a bit. I've hit pan on every single color except this color, which is a little too dark for me. I'm just going to dip my beauty blender into this middle shade here and then just kind of conceal my under eye with it. I like this palette a lot because I feel like the formula is really smooth and it goes on really easy. See, you can see that it gives it like a nice brightening effect, and it really covers up, any dark circles that you might have under your eyes. And then I think I will also just put a little bit on my forehead. So over the weekend, I went to Sephora and I bought a bunch of new stuff. And, they're at select Sephoras, I think. I don't know if it's available at all of them. You can get what they call a perk facial. if you spend $75 or more. So I had gotten one of them, and I don't know if it was the procedure that irritated my face or if it was all the different products that they put on my face, but it definitely caused me to break out a little bit. You can see around my nose here and then like above my lip. So I've just been kind of taking it easy with the new products that I got because I wasn't sure, you know, what exactly it was that was causing me to break out. So if you hear little feet, my dog just came in. Say hi, baby. Hi, this is Dixie. She is a little nervous because my fiance just left for work and I'm up here filming, which is different than our normal routine. And she gets a little spooked anytime we do something different. So if you hear little feet, it's my baby. Okay, so where are we? Next thing I'm going to do is just to set my face. And today I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. This is the Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. I have the shade 2, which is medium, and also shade 1, which is fair. So same thing happened here. I bought the medium and it was just too dark for me slightly, and then I went and got the light, and now I mixed the two. So you can see the difference in the shades. So I just noticed yesterday, I don't know if you can see it, but I actually hit pan pretty much at the same time on these. You can see it there a little bit, and then here is like right there. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but that made me sad just a little bit. I never want to hit pan because that means I just have to go out and get another one soon. And these are not cheap, so it's nerve-wracking because I don't know, I'm just always afraid of running out of things. And then, because some things I'm like, oh, I need a backup, and I go out and I get a backup like way before I actually need it. And then other things, I just feel like I am scraping, you know, the size until I use all of it before I go out and get it. And I feel like powder is like just one of those things that I just never want to get because there's always so many other more exciting things. So next we are going to just brighten the under eye a little bit. I just picked this up. This is new. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal Light. And this is what it looks like. I have been using the other one. I think it's called maybe Diffuse Light. It's kind of that whitish yellow one, and I was using that for years. And a girlfriend of mine recently got this one and she really liked it. So I thought I'd give it a try. And I actually do really like it. It gives it a brightening effect, but it's different than diffuse light. And I like putting just a little bit on my forehead and, you know, kind of bridging my nose and chin just to lighten this area up a little bit. And I also got this is brand new. I just used it for the first time yesterday. This is the Lavender Pro Filter setting powder from Fenty Beauty. I really was interested in this because, you know, lavender, it's supposed to really brighten your face. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is so cool. Not that, you know, she's the first one to come out with a lavender setting powder, but I don't know, it just interested me. So I thought I'd pick it up. And I used it for the first time yesterday, and I actually really, really liked it. You know, I had gone to the restroom at work at one point in the middle of the day. It was probably around lunchtime, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and my skin actually looked blurred and smooth, and it wasn't as oily as it normally gets around that time. Because usually, like around my T-zone area, especially, you know, my nose and forehead, it definitely gets a little shiny. So it didn't do that, and my skin, I could definitely tell a difference that it was smoother. So I think it's this powder because I don't think I tried anything different otherwise. So we're gonna give it a try again and see if we can get the same effect. And I'll definitely update you guys on what I think. We're just gonna bake a little bit It does have a little bit of a strong scent in my opinion. I generally prefer unscented things or something just with a very slight scent is okay. But this one smells a little strong, but it does go away after it's been on your face for a little while. So it doesn't linger around, which is good. Next, we will curl my eyelashes and then put eyeshadow on. So you guys know this routine. I just curl them really close to the base and I use this kind of squeezing motion. And sometimes, to kind of not get that harsh like L or angle on my lash, I'll kind of curl them, a little further from the base as well, just so it has more of a natural curve. But it doesn't really bother me, that kind of harsh curl. All right, so now the eyelashes are curled, we are going to move on to eyeshadow. So the first thing I'm gonna do is use my It Naturally Pretty palette. This is an eye palette that has pretty much all matte colors except this one, which is like a shimmer topper. You can convert any of these matte colors into a shimmer by using this, which I actually never use because I don't think it really gives it a pop that I like with my shimmer shadows. But I do like all the mattes in here, and I always use this shade to kind of set under my eyebrows. So that's what we're gonna do now. So I'm just gonna dip my brush into here and just kind of swipe it in this area right under my eyebrows. Next, I'm gonna use the Pat McGrath. This is the Bronze Seduction palette. It's her Mothership 5 palette. I got this a while ago. I got it back maybe in November timeframe-ish. And this is what it looks like. Super beautiful, right? This is pretty much a palette that started it all for me because I wasn't even really that interested in her palettes. I had tried one of her, I think it was like her Metamorphoses. I don't know what it was. It was one of those, you had gotten like two round, one was like a cream shadow, one was like a shadow that you could convert into kind of like a liquid metal eyeshadow. It came with, I think, like an eyeliner or something and a mixing medium. I had gotten that and I wasn't that impressed because when I opened the package, first of all, like it was packed in sequin, so the sequin just exploded everywhere and I was like picking up sequin for days. And when I opened the cream shadow, the whole shadow fell out of the pan. So that was kind of my first impression of the product. And I think because of that, I just never really gave it a chance. And then, she came out with the eyeshadow palettes and everything like that. And I just never really thought twice about it because the color stories, I mean, they were okay. It wasn't anything that really called out to me until this palette came out. I saw some pictures on Instagram. I saw people using it and I just loved the color story. All the colors just really called out to me. So I bought it, of course, even though it was super expensive. I think it was $125 because I had gotten it right before Sephora had their VIB Rouge sale. So I could have saved 20%, but that's okay because I'm so happy I got this palette. I really, really love it. I love the textures, the creaminess of the shadows and the intensity of her kind of glitter shadows. Everything about it I just love. And of course, because I love this so much, I went back and got her other three big palettes because I think it was the Decadence palette was a limited edition, so it wasn't available at the time. But I went on her website because she has the bundle package offer where you could get a little bit of a discount if you buy the bundle. So I went and I got the bundle of all three, and then she came out with her holiday, which was the Opulence collection. So I had to get all three of those. And then I think I went back on Sephora and I had gotten her three mini palettes. I don't remember what they're called. They were kind of like the kids of the big palettes. So I had gotten all three of them. So now I pretty much have all of her palettes except the Decadence palette. And then when she had her Black Friday sale, I think she had some deals on some of her prior releases. So I got a bunch of stuff on Black Friday as well. And I just picked up her little mini trio sets of lip glosses that just became available at Sephora. So I will be doing a review of those very soon. But for today, we're gonna dig into this kind of light brown color, and we're just gonna put it all over, kind of like a crease color. And her shadows are just, I've never used anything like them before because they are super blendable and creamy, yet they're hard in the pan. The first time I dug my brush into it, there was like literally zero fallout. And I was like, how can you have a matte shadow that's like so blendable and creamy? Can't speak much. But that's also has zero fallout, because prior to this, I think I used a lot of the Tarte shadows. You know, I have the Anastasia palettes, and those shadows they're all very nice, but they're super soft with a lot of fallout. So it wasn't like anything that I've ever experienced before. And it was very interesting. So next I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a little like brush, I don't know what you call this, like a pointer brush. I'm gonna dig into, I think I'm gonna do this purple shade here. And I'm just gonna kind of deepen the outer corners of my eyes and kind of bring it in a little bit. I don't want to bring it in too much because I'm going to work and I don't want to look like I'm going out to a nightclub. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes there are days where my intentions are good of just doing an easy everyday makeup and it just comes out too dark, or, you know, I have pretty much glitter all over my eyelids. That's happened before, but I'm going to try today to just do a simple everyday look. And I want to show you guys also that, you know, when you see this palette, you see all of these kind of special colors here, and you're probably thinking like, when am I ever going to use them? And that might kind of deter you from getting this palette. I really want to show you guys this palette is actually a very good everyday palette. And you can get a lot of really kind of just understated but still beautiful looks with this palette, even without using like these special colors here. And I'm just gonna take kind of a fluffy, this is a clean brush, and I'm just gonna kind of blend out that darker color. So today is Friday. I'm so excited for the weekend, even though I have to drive about 3 hours to the airport to pick somebody up tomorrow. But I won't even complain about that because I love the weekend. And I get to see my mom today. Yesterday was her birthday. We were supposed to go out to lunch, but she had to cancel last minute. So we are going out today instead. I can't wait to see her. I had gotten her some really nice presents. She's really into skincare. So I had gotten her the Peter Thomas Roth Mask Frenzy kit at Sephora. I don't know if they still have it anymore. I bought that, and then I had gotten her an Henriksen kind of like a kit. It came with a face wash, a toner, and I think a moisturizer. So I think she'll be really excited for those gifts. And I am just gonna use this shade here. It's like kind of a pale champagne gold color. It's got a shimmer, or yeah, I guess you would call it a shimmer. And I'm just gonna put this kind of over my lid, but kind of stop like 2/3 of the way so it can blend in with that darker color. Isn't that pretty? It just gives it a nice subtle pop of color on your lid. This palette is really good if you want to go from day to night, because all I have to do is pop on one of either this shimmer, or one of these over this look, and it instantly takes your look from day to night. So this palette, I just think is so versatile, and I love it. It's probably one of my favorite palettes ever. And then what I'm gonna do is just take the brush that I used for that lighter brown crease color. I'm just gonna run it back and forth just so I make sure that it's blended on top. I'm gonna do my mascara now. I'm gonna do it off camera because you guys have already seen me do mascara. I'm using the Milk Kush mascara. I've been using it for the past couple of days, and I have to say I do have some opinions about it. It is very clumpy, and that was something that I was kind of worried about when I first tried it. Was I wasn't sure if it was gonna be super clumpy once I start using it, and it actually is very clumpy. Like, I don't know if you can actually see it, but on the brush, let me put this down, you can actually see clumps when you take it out of the tube, which is crazy to me because this is like brand new. The formula is nice and thick, and I do like how it coats my lashes if it didn't clump them at the same time. So I have to say, as much as I like how thick the formula is, I am not a huge fan of this mascara. But in either case, we're gonna use it because I bought it, and I'm gonna do it off camera real quick, and I'll be right back. So guys, I just did my bottom really quick. I just used this lighter shade here, all underneath, and then this darker shade just to deepen the outer corner, and then I put mascara on the bottom. I am going to now just powder contour. I put on a little blush, put on a little highlight because I feel like I have no dimension right now. So I'm using the Hoola. This is a Hoola bronzer. Everybody knows the Hoola bronzer, so I'm just gonna use it today. I've had it for a while, and I kind of switch back and forth. I do like it, but you know, I get tired of using the same product over and over again, especially when it's like bronzer and blush and things like that. So I do like to switch it up, but today we're gonna use it. And then we're just gonna do a little bit on my jawline, just with whatever is left on the brush, because I don't want it to be super harsh. For today, I'm just gonna use Orgasm, the Nars Orgasm blush. This is one that I think everybody knows as well. It's very popular. I don't use it as much. Lately, I've been using that new Natasha Denona blush that I had gotten, that kind of curly gold color. And I like it, but for today's look, I think this color is a little better. I'm one of those people who can be so heavy-handed with blush, especially like blush that's like super pigmented. So I always have to be really careful that I don't put too much on. And then for highlight today, I'm using the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter. This is what it looks like. It's really, really pretty, and it's kind of got like a ripple effect going on. I love it. And the color is like super nice as well. And I'm using, this is the Anastasia A23, I believe. Yeah, A23. It's just the highlighter brush. So I'm just kind of going back and forth in here. And then I'm just gonna lightly put it on my cheekbone, and then also I like to kind of have it going up, like covering my temple area as well. So we're gonna do that. See how pretty that highlight is? I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's like pretty intense. but still kind of natural at the same time. It doesn't look super all natural, I think, because the color is just perfect. It just gives you kind of a natural glow, but better than a natural glow. And then I also like to put it on the bridge of my nose, a little bit on the tip, and then also on the Cupid's bow. So we're almost done. The last thing I'm gonna do, I absolutely hate this, but I'm gonna do my brows. It's my least favorite thing to do in my routine. I hated it so much that I went and I had gotten my brows microbladed. So you can see they're pretty good, right? Shape-wise and color-wise, they're kind of pretty much done already. And for an everyday look, what I'll do is I'll just use, this is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I just kind of brush a little bit on top. But there are some uneven areas, like in the front here, like on top, I feel like it could be filled in a little more. Like in the front here, it's not, you can probably see it like right there, it doesn't have any color. And when I'm doing kind of a glam, full face of makeup look, I do have to fill in those areas. But just for every day, I just don't worry about them, and I just put the clear brow gel on just to kind of keep it in place, because I have really long brow hairs, and they don't just all go in one direction. Some of them go downward, some of them go straight up, and they're kind of crazy. So I feel like I always definitely at least need a brow gel, which kind of helps make them look a little more done. But that's pretty much it, just for every day. That's all I do. So we are pretty much done. I am just gonna go set my face real quick, and I'm gonna grab a lipstick because I forgot to grab that. And we are going to put some lipstick on so you can see what the final look is. All right, I'm back. So today I thought we would use, this is the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the color Pillow Talk. I really like this color because I feel like it's pretty much my lip color but better. So it's like your lips but better lipstick for me. It's almost exactly the same as my lip color. So you can see my lip is a little dry. I even put some lip conditioner on before I started filming, but I don't know, the winter is just not doing me any favors. This is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I definitely enjoyed filming it. Hopefully, I will see you on the next one.